welcome back to your yoga challenge. So you've just completed the 30 days, well done. And you should be feeling a little more confident with some of the moves, some of the postures, and feeling a little bit more space in the body and ready to start to flow a little more. So we're going to create some flows together. And this one today is just a little energizing sequence that is great for first thing in the morning or any time of day, but just start to get into your breath, get into the body, finding this space, this flow, and moving through each posture, connecting one to the other. So that's where we're going to head today, and we're going to start seated in cross-legged Sukhasana. So just come to Sukhasana, or easy pose. So this is where we started at the beginning of the 30 days. You should know it and just feel a little bit more comfortable with it. Don't worry if you've forgotten at all. And if you feel like this is really strong already, or if you have a yoga brick, place it underneath your bum just for a little bit of height. If you don't have a yoga brick, absolutely nothing to worry about. You can either use a blanket or a rolled up towel, or even if you have a big book, you can sit on top of that, and we can use that throughout the whole sequence. So don't worry if you don't have one to hand. And if you're coming to find a seat on your brick, allowing the knees to just be lower than the hips. So that's the intention here, finding this space in the hip flexors and finding a real length through the spine. So the tailbone is just landing down the spine, and you're really sitting on the sit bones. So you're on that bony part. The pelvis is stacked. And just arrive here. Close down the eyes and just really land the body. So take this time to just try and let go of anything that was yesterday, earlier on in the day, and anything that is still to come. And let go of this notion that you have to be a certain way in order to do yoga, in order to practice yoga, to move your body. You've got all the control, all the power you need right here. So just bring that into your body. Allow the hands to just be resting on the legs, wherever they need to be. And allow the face to just soften. Soften the muscles around the eyes, the jaw. Maybe give the jaw a few opening and closing. Let the tongue just fall soft in your mouth. And just start to bring your focus to your breath now. And naturally, just notice where it's lying. Notice if it is shallow or if it's deep. And maybe this is the first time you've noticed your breathing today, so just honor that space. We'll take a big inhale through the nose together. And a big sigh out through the mouth. Lovely, take one more like that. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, a big sigh out through the mouth. And just feel your shoulders softening down the back. Now from this space, just start to engage your pelvic floor, your Mula Bandha. So this is just a little lift all the way from the very base of your spine, and find this energy drawing up all the way to your belly button. Allow your belly button to really draw in towards your spine now. Hug your ribs in towards your chest and lift your heart, and just find this real strong connected Sukhasana, this strong spine. Well, now we'll take another big inhale through the nose and an even bigger sigh out through the mouth, and feel your navel drawing towards your spine. Start to feel that connection. Ujjayi breath starting to tap in now. Inhale through the nose. Close the mouth. Exhale through the nose. Restriction on the back of the throat. Inhale through the nose. Strong exhale through the nose. Start to feel this energy really building. One more inhale. Exhale through the nose. So nice. And now gently start to open your eyes. Come back to your body, come back to the room, your surroundings. If you're sitting on a brick, simply take that away, take your blanket away, whatever you're sitting on. Just leave it to one side. Bring your hands forward, and we're just going to come to a tabletop position. So spreading the fingertips really wide. Soft landing in the palms in the wrists. So really press your fingertips into the mat and slightly lift your knuckles. Your hands are directly underneath the shoulders. The knees are underneath the hips. And the knees are about a hip width distance apart. Toes are untucked. And really press the tops of your feet into the mat here. And from that pressing, you start to feel this energy traveling all the way up through the legs. Have a slight tuck of the tailbone, ever so slightly. And again, start to engage your pelvic floor. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. Think strong and connected and really press out of your foundations. A slight rounding through the shoulders, nothing too much, and a length through the heart. Lots going on. Keep the neck nice and long. In fact, we'll give it a little shake. Just finding that space. And take a big inhale here. A strong ujjayi, connected. Nice. Another inhale. Exhale. Now start to marry this breath with a little bit of movement. So as you inhale, starting to move through our cat-cows, you roll the shoulders, the belly drops, the tailbone lifts, and the heart travels towards the front of the room. Gaze lifts slightly, but keep the neck nice and long. As you exhale, press into the hands and the tops of the feet and start to round through the spine. Really tuck your tailbone, space in between the shoulders. Inhale, roll the shoulders down the spine, lift the heart, neck is long, belly drops, tailbone lifts. As you exhale, strong connected breath round through the spine. So just starting to breathe into the spine, breathe into the body with each breath, allowing the breath to really travel the movement. And just explore whatever space you've got. Inhale, lift the heart, roll the shoulders. Nice. And then we'll come back to our tabletop. Just think really strong connected. Now lift all of your fingertips off the mat. So you're just on the heels of your hands. Now from your little finger, can you start to spread the fingertips? So baby finger lands, spread to your ring finger, spread to middle finger, index and then thumb, and really find that grounding down. The elbows, the inner eyes of the elbows, so the lovely juicy bit in there, roll those to face the front of your mat. So you've got a slight bend in the elbows. From this space, start to tuck the toes. Slowly, gently start to send the hips all the way up and back and come to your downward facing dog. So the fingertips are staying wide. You're really feeling this pressing into the hands, and roll your weight into the first finger knuckle and your thumb knuckle. Allow the head, the shoulders to melt all the way to the back of the mat. And don't worry if your heels are all the way up here or if they're down there, just really tag the weight to the back of your mat. And start to pedal through the feet. So we'll bend the right knee and then bend the left knee. And just stay with your breath here. Allow the head to be nice and heavy. Find that release through the neck. Just getting into your body a little bit. Nice. Come back through a still tabletop. And just really spiral the heart towards the thighs. Have just a little bend in your knees. If you feel like you're finding no space in the back here or the back of the legs, bend your knees a lot more. And just really send your weight back. Take another big inhale here. And sigh it out through the mouth. Nice. Now heavily bend your knees. Bring your gaze between your hands and slowly take a walk to meet your hands at the top of the mat. So really pad your feet all the way in. Allow your feet to be hip width distance when you arrive. And then find a full release all the way down. Let the head hang heavy. And again, just release the head, the neck. Let the arms just fall. And then take hold of opposite elbows. So we're in our Uttanasana forward fold. Elbows are just coming out to the sides. Take hands to opposite elbows, let the head hang heavy, and just take a slight little rock side to side. Just feel this decompression in the spine. If you're really feeling this in the back of the legs, bend your knees a little more. Nothing to hold on to here. Just let go. And then return the hands all the way to your mat. And then start to press into the feet as you roll up through the body. The tailbone starts to tuck, and bone by bone, you're just lifting all the way up, rolling through the spine. Take the shoulders to the ears on an inhale. And exhale, just roll them down your back. Palms face towards the front of your mat. Look down at your feet. Pick up your toes and just spread your feet all the way down. So spreading the toes and webbing them just like we did with the hands. Feel this grounding down of the feet and then this lifting all the way up, traveling through your legs. Tuck the tailbone, squeeze the inner thighs together, space in the lower back, hug the belly button in towards your spine, hug the ribs in and lift the heart. We're here in our Tadasana mountain pose. Strong connection. Take a big breath, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, send your fingertips all the way up and overhead. So we're going to start to move through our sun salutations. Fingertips connect, palm to palm. As you exhale, hinging from the hips, we're going all the way down to our forward fold, Uttanasana. Let the head hang heavy. Hands can land wherever they need to here. So if they naturally land on the mat, let them. Or if they just dangle, start to bring them to the shins or on the thighs. We're going to come to our Ardha Uttanasana halfway lift. So roll the shoulders, lengthen the spine, heart is lifted, gaze is just slightly forward. Again, the hands can be on the shins or the thighs. Exhale, release all the way down. Plant your hands on the mat. And we're just going to step our right foot back and then our left foot and come into a high plank. So dome the shoulders, keep spreading hands wide, feel this strong connection, and then lower down the knees and untuck the toes. Inner elbows, the eyes of the elbows really shine forward, so the only place our elbows can go is in towards us. Now tuck your tailbone. Feel this length through the front body, gaze comes slightly forward. As you exhale, we're going to start to lower the heart down in one gorgeous line. So rather than sending the elbows out there, can you keep them squeezing in and lengthen forward and down? I'm just going to shimmy back a little bit. Lowering all the way, press into the tops of the feet, lift your knees off your mat, roll your shoulders, and inhale, we'll come to a cobra, just a baby cobra, just lift the heart slightly, tucking your tailbone here, take a breath, inhale. Exhale, releasing all the way back down, tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, and we'll come to our downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Let the head really fall in towards the thighs, the heart reaching back. Keep spreading the fingertips wide. And again, don't worry if your heels are not down. Just go wherever you feel this length. We'll take a big breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Inhale, start to send your right leg high towards the ceiling. And just find this lift all the way up into your three-legged dog. Energy is in the right foot. As you exhale, round through the spine and start to step the right foot in between your hands. Roll the shoulders, lift the heart, lift the gaze, and just really press your left heel away from you so you feel this space on the inner thighs. And then lower down that back knee and untuck the toe. Press into the top of the back foot, squeeze the inner thighs together. We're rising into Anjayasana. So know where we haven't been before, tuck the tailbone and really find this length through the body, this reaching all the way up. Energy is in the fingertips. Take a big inhale here. Keep firmly pressing into the top of the back foot. And as you exhale, just lifting the body all the way down, letting it fall. Frame your front foot, tuck the back toe and lift the back knee. And we're simply just going to step the left foot all the way to meet the right foot at the top of the mat. Feet are hip width distance apart. Inhale, take your halfway lift. Hands can stay on the mat, shins or thighs. Exhale, folding all the way in. This time, press into the feet. Root to rise. We're going to start to lift the body all the way up. Inhale, fingertips come up and overhead. Tadasana. Bring the hands down to heart center, connect. Roll the shoulders. Heart is reaching towards the thumbs. Take another breath. Inhale, lengthen all the way back up. And exhale, we're taking it down, forward fold. Hands come all the way down through the center line. Inhale is your halfway lift. Just lengthen the spine. Allow it to be really lovely and long and the neck to stay long. Exhale, folding all the way in. Plant the hands. This time step your left foot and then your right foot back to a high plank. Dome the shoulders, get strong here. Really zip out of your landing, out of your bones, and just feel this in your muscles. Lower down the knees. Untuck the toes, tuck the tailbone, lift through the front body. Think forward rather than straight down, but keep your body a lovely long line. Exhale, the elbows squeeze in and we lower down. Roll the shoulders, press into the tops of the feet, lift the heart. Tailbone is tucking, so you've got space in the lower back. Cobra. Exhale, melting all the way back down. Tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, and come back to your downward facing dog. And just take a big breath here. Inhale. Exhale. On your inhale, the left leg starts to lift now. Three-legged dog. Energy is through the left foot. As you exhale, rounding through the spine, step the left foot in between the hands. Roll the shoulders, lift the heart. Really press your right heel away from you. So you find this energy in the inner thighs, this lengthening. And then lower down the back knee, untuck the toe. Press into the top of the back foot again. Squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale, Anjasana. You're finding this lift on the other side. So tailbone is really tucking. Rather than collapsing into the lower back, can you find this lift, this energy? Take another breath here. Inhale. Exhale, hands frame the left foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Step the right foot all the way, meet your left foot at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, root to rise again. Press into the feet, lift the fingertips all the way up. Hands come together at the overhead in prayer. Exhale, bring them down to the heart. We take it back up. Inhale, find length. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Really dial the heart down. Roll the shoulders, lengthen the spine. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, folding in. Plant the hands. Step your right foot, then your left foot back to a high plank. Now, we're going to come to a chaturanga, but if you feel like you still want to be here with the knees down, take it to knees down and move through the flows that we just did. Otherwise, we're going to move through a chaturanga together. So we're in our strong high plank. Start to bring your weight forward over the big toes, taking inhale to really lengthen the body. Exhale, think forward and down as the elbows squeeze in and we lower halfway down. Tuck the toes, lift the heart, roll the shoulders, legs are strong, really press into the tops of the feet. We're in our upward facing dog or our cobra. Exhale, we'll take it back, tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, come to your downward facing dog. And just take 3 breaths here. Inhale, 1. Exhale. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Lovely. One more. Inhale, 3. Exhale. And inhale, just step the right leg all the way in between the hands. We're grounding down the back heel now. So rather than being all the way up here on the ball of the foot, ground down the back heel, and the toes just dial out just towards the back left corner of the mat. Press into the ball of the front foot and start to rise all the way up into a warrior one. So both hips are shining forward. Toes start to dial towards the left corner of your mat. So you're, rather than feet pointing the same way, just dial it out slightly. And if you feel like you haven't got much space for the hips to come in here, you can just shimmy the right foot out. So you're on train tracks rather than one line. The left hip bone is really pointing forward and the right hip is squeezing back, warrior one. Press firmly into the outside edge of the back foot and the ball of the front foot. Inhale, the fingertips are up and overhead. Roll the shoulders, tuck the tailbone. Strong back leg. Feel strong and connected here. Take a breath. Inhale. As you exhale, interlace the hands behind the back. Roll the shoulders. And just lift your heart slightly. Keep this tucking of the tailbone. Take another breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Release the hands and the fingertips all the way up and overhead. Really connect to this movement. Exhale, bring the hands all the way down. Frame the right foot. Plant your hands in, dome the shoulders, and just simply step that right foot all the way back. We'll come back to our downward facing dog. Let the heart really travel towards the thighs. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, start to step the left foot in between your hands now. Rounding the spine, gracefully stepping it in. The heel of the back foot lands. Press into the feet as you inhale, rise up, warrior one. And again, dial the foot open a little more if you need space for the hips to really travel. The right hip is squeezing forward. The left hip is pulling back, and you're finding this rotation forward with the heart. Fingertips are reaching. Roll the shoulders. Tailbone is tucking. Now really press into the outside edge of the back foot. That back leg is so switched on. The glute is working. Energy is all the way through the body. Take a breath. Inhale. As you exhale, interlace the hands behind the back. Now take the interlace that feels kind of weird through the fingers. So I'm just showing you forward. We have our normal interlace, and then switch it over and take the other one. Bring that behind your back. It feels like you're holding hands with someone in the wrong way. Roll the shoulders, lift the heart, and just keep tucking your tailbone and finding this extension strong through the legs. Take another breath. Inhale. Exhale. Release the hands. Send the fingertips all the way back up overhead. As you exhale, folding over the left leg. Plant the hands. Left foot steps back. We come into a high plank. Now again, option to the knees, or if you want to move with me through chaturanga, we inhale to lengthen the body forward. Exhale, elbows squeeze in, lower halfway. Tuck the toes, roll the shoulders, lift the heart. Legs are strong, upward facing dog. Exhale, we're taking it all the way back. Downward facing dog. Just bring the knees down towards your mat. Take them as wide as your mat. Allow the hips to travel towards the heels. Just come to a child's pose. Balasana. Let the head be really heavy in the mat. Just find a little bit more space to breathe into your spine, into your back. We'll take a big inhale. And a big exhale. Nice. Plant your hands back in. Spread fingertips wide. Send your hips up, tuck the toes, and we'll send it all the way back, downward facing dog. Look in between your hands. This time we're gonna step to the front of the mat. So step the right foot, then the left foot all the way in. Bring the feet flush together this time. So feet are touching. Inhale, lift the heart halfway, length through the spine. Exhale, folding all the way back in. Now bend the knees. We're gonna come to our chair pose, Utkatasana. So knees start to bend. Weight travels behind you as if you're sitting on a chair. Squeeze the inner thighs together and inhale, lift the arms. Tuck the tailbone. Navel is scooping in towards the spine. Front ribs are hugging in. And really energize the feet here. Bring your weight into your heels so you can lift your toes. Everything is switched on. The inner thighs are working. Take another breath. Inhale. Exhale, can you just drop a little bit lower? Nice. And inhale, pressing into the feet, rise all the way up to Tadasana. Exhale, hands down through heart center, forward fold. Inhale, take your halfway lift. Exhale, folding in. Plant the hands. We're just gonna step our left foot all the way back. Ground down the heel of the back foot. Press into the feet as we rise up to a warrior two. Virabhadrasana 2. So now the hips are really opening. Rather than the warrior one, where our hips were closed forward, find this real broadening across the side body. Fingertips are out long. Gaze is over the middle finger. Tuck your tailbone. Feel this length in the front body and really connect. Start to engage Mula Bandha, pelvic floor. Engage Uddiyana Bandha. Stay along with your breath. Feel connected to your warrior two. Take one more big inhale together. Exhale. One more inhale. I told you it was one more before. And now exhale. Frame your front foot. Hands plant. Step the right foot back. Come to a high plank. Option to the knees, or we're taking full chaturanga. Exhale to lower. Inhale, tuck the toes, roll the shoulders, neck is long, legs are engaged. Exhale, back we go, downward facing dog. Take a breath, look between your hands, bend the knees. This time we're gonna step the left foot and then the right foot to meet at the top of the mat. Feet are pressing together. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, folding in. Come back to your chair pose. Bend the knees, send the weight back. Inhale, lift the heart. Inner thighs are rolling in. Tailbone is tucking. Everything is squeezing. Take another breath. Inhale. Exhale, drop a little lower. Inhale, press into the feet, rise back up. Exhale, bring your hands down to the heart center. Connect here. Start to simply press your right foot all the way back. Stepping into your warrior two. Other side, so hips are opening. You're pressing into the ball of the front foot, the outside edge of the back foot. Rolling open through the arms. Send length through the fingertips. Really feel this landed warrior two. Tailbone is tucking, so rather than sticking your bum out and feeling this in the lower back, tuck your tailbone, feel this in the front body as much as the back body. Strong connection here. Gaze is over the middle finger of your front hand. Neck is nice and long. Roll the shoulders. Take another breath. Inhale. As you exhale, frame the front foot. Step the left foot back. High plank. Option to the knees or to downward dog, or maybe you're coming with me and we vinyasa. Exhale to lower. Inhale, tuck the toes, roll the shoulders. Exhale, we'll take it all the way back. Downward facing dog. Take a big breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Now bend the knees. Look in between the hands. This time we're gonna be a little fiery and just take a jump to meet the hands at the top of the mat. Nice. Inhale, roll the shoulders, lift the heart, leg through the spine. Exhale, folding all the way in. Heel toe your feet as wide as your mat. And just allow your toes to splay off your mat slightly. We're gonna start to lower the hips all the way down and come into a Malasana Yogi squat. So we're here in our Yogi squat. If the heels are lifted, so fine. Just invite this opening in the legs. If you feel like you've got absolutely no support here, you can come back to your brick or your book or your blanket and simply sit on it and invite that opening. So just really draw the knees out towards the sides. Hands are together at the heart center. Roll the shoulders and imagine that you're being pulled all the way from your tailbone underneath you. So you're finding that tucking and the lifting through the heart. Just take another breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. One more. Inhale. As you exhale, hands come down, head gets heavy. We come back into our forward fold. Heel toe the feet all the way together. Roll the shoulders, lift the heart, come halfway. Exhale, folding all the way in. Plant the feet and inhale, we're gonna rise up. Exhale, hands down at heart center. Now bring your weight into your left foot. Start to hover your right leg off your mat. So you're really finding that connection, that zipping up through the left foot. And just play with this. Play with this balance with the right foot off. Have a few circles through the ankle. When it's low, we feel safe. We feel like we can do quite a lot. And suddenly when we go into a hold, everything starts to wobble. So just come aware of this. And then start to hug your knee in towards your chest. Roll the shoulders, lift the heart. Right foot can either come, I'm going to turn around, either come to the inner thigh. We're coming into tree pose. So either inner thigh, either inner shin, or maybe it's all the way down, supported on the floor. So go wherever you need to. Hands come to the heart center, roll the shoulders, lift the heart. Find this real extension through the body. So that left leg is working. You're pressing down to lift up. Inner thigh is pressing against the right foot. Find this strong connection. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe you stay here with the hands, or maybe you want to take them all the way up and overhead and open the arms. Bring the thumb and the index finger to touch. Roll the shoulders. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. If the hands are lifted, bring it back down through heart center. Hug the knee back in towards the chest. Give it a nice little squeeze, and then land the right foot and just shake out through the legs. All those stabilizing muscles are working. Bring your weight into your right leg now. Start to hover the left leg off. And again, just play here. Just really explore what it feels like to change the balance, to change your weight. Circling through the foot, the ankle, give it a little shake, and then start to energize through the right foot. Hug the left knee in towards the chest. All the wobbles start to come in. So can you find this lift, this connection? Stay long in the breath. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, the left foot comes either to the inner thigh, inner shin, or inner ankle. Find where you need to be. Press down in the right foot to start to zip up through the leg. The right inner thigh is pressing against the left foot. Tailbone is tucking, heart is lifting. Hands are strong, they're pressing together. Take a breath here, inhale. Exhale. I'm starting to wobble. And now maybe you stay here with the hands. All the fingertips reach all the way up and over. Thumb to index finger, own your space. Inhale. And exhale, bring the hands back down through the heart. Give the knee a squeeze in towards the chest. And softly, gracefully land it down. Shimmy out the legs. Inhale, shoot the arms overhead, lift the gaze. Exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold. Inhale as your halfway lift. Exhale, folding over, plant the hands. This time we're just gonna step it all the way back to a downward facing dog. Gaze looks between the hands, bend the knees, and we're really simply just gonna take a jump to find a seat. As gracefully as we can. Feet plant out in front of you. And just shimmy down your mat a little bit if you need more space to roll. So you're on your sit bones. You can feel yourself on your sit bones rather than coming off them. Really find this seat. Fingertips reach forward, roll the shoulders, heart is reaching. Now actively come off the sit bones and start to gently roll down through the spine, rolling all the way down. Feet stay planted, face is soft. Can you do this with a smile? And then when the back lies down, let it completely soften in. Hands are down by your side and just feel this connection. Draw your feet a little closer towards your bum. Your feet are hip width distance apart and just draw them close enough so you can tickle the back of your heels. Press your feet firmly down, press your hands into the mat, tuck the tailbone and start to roll up through the body, coming up to bridge pose. So hips lift. When you reach the top, snuggle your shoulder blades underneath you, interlace your hands, really firmly press into the feet to find this lift. Energy is in the legs, inner thighs are wrapping in towards one another. Take another breath, inhale. Exhale, release the hands, gently unravel, let it come all the way down. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a lovely squeeze in, take a gentle rock side to side. Self-massage through the spine, through the back. Keep hugging your right knee in. And bring your left leg down long on your mat. Squeeze the knee in. Just encourage the hip, the knee to open towards the right. Keep the left hip bone planting. And then take the leg across the body. Right arm comes out long and just bring your gaze, your eyes, your head all the way over towards the right hand. Allow the right shoulder to really ground down. Let the right leg just do the work. Let gravity take over. No effort through the body. And just start to let go of the breath a little bit here. Let go of any effort. Take one more inhale. And an exhale. Bring it all the way back through center. Simply switching over legs. So send the right leg out long. The left leg squeezes in. Encourage the hip to open towards the left. Just find that space. Right hip bone stays grounded. And then cross the body. Take it all the way over. Left arm out long. Really find the left shoulder rolling down onto your mat, onto the ground. Gaze towards the left hand. Close down the eyes. Just find this release. No effort, nothing to hold on to here. Just really letting gravity do the work. Taking one more inhale. One more exhale. Inhale, bring it all the way back through center. And just start to send both legs out long. So coming all the way down on your mat. Find the ground, tuck your tailbone underneath you so your lower back becomes flush with the mat. Hands are down by your sides. And just allow the palms to face the ceiling. Roll the shoulders. And just have this full open body, this body to accept energy. To be open to possibilities, open to the day, open to new beginnings. And just start to release the breath.